have 3 rules. First, do your part. Second, never harm another Glader. Most importantly, never go beyond those walls.
This is so much fun, and it pulls no punches. I mean, it's intense. So this had to have been kind of fun to work on, right?
Hugely, man. You know, I think in many ways the experience of working on it kind of paralleled what was going on set. I mean, it's strange because you know, I obviously play a slightly kind of less likable character, but you know, we all were incredibly close and felt a genuine bond when it came to shooting this movie, and that kind of translates onto screen, you know, in terms of how close the characters all seem to be. I think you really get a sense that they were all living there, and then yeah, when it came to the action and you know, the adventure side of things, you know, that was just a blast.
Yeah, I remember being on set one day and going, this is what I dreamed of as a little girl. I'm in a movie. I'm making a movie, and there's something about that word, and it just felt like that on that set in the middle of the Glade, and I was just like, don't mess it up, don't mess it up.
Right. The first time I saw the Glade, I was just like, this, man, when I was 10 years ago, if I was 12, I would have thought that this was the coolest thing in the world, like just to watch as a fan, like of a movie. And when we did the wrestling scene too, for me, for some reason, that specifically, I just feel like if I was flipping channels as a 10-year-old, I'd be like, what is this? And I think it was so cool, and that's just something so cool.
What is it?
Who put us here? What's out there?
But that's how you know that you're doing something great, is that your childhood self would be proud of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
That's
totally.
very true.
And it's cool to just keep that in mind, you know? You don't ever want to lose that. Like, it's the reason we do this, you know? It all started there.
Yeah.
Loving it when we were that age, and you know, you got to think about that because that's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
Well, what do you suppose is the one moment, the day, the scene, the time on set that you think you'll always remember? Someone asks you about this years from now.
For me, it's always I mean, I love the movie. I'm really proud of the movie, but it didn't feel like we were making a movie to me. When I look back and I try and put myself in the feeling of a year ago, it's the friendships that will stick with me. And it's so difficult to explain because I know it sounds cheesy and I know it sounds like what every cast say, but I've got best friends the rest of my life now. And it's nice to know that we all know exactly what it felt like to make this film.
Yeah.
And no one else knows. No one else will ever experience what we felt in those months. And we know how it was tough and we know how grueling it was. And sometimes you can't say that. You have to sit there and go, it was really great and fun.
Yeah.
But we all, you know, we experienced every side of it. And there's something special about having that as our bond.
I mean, yeah, you know, I'll never forget the entire experience. And I really, you know, we've been saying this the whole time, like we feel like everyone says this, but actually I don't think everyone says this, and I think for a reason. Like we truly believe, like we truly do have friends for life, and like dear friends, all of us. Like
I'm gonna cry
seriously,
again.
like, and you know, we're like getting emotional in these interviews. It's amazing because it's like our last day of press,
So
and we have to like
tired.
go away from
Made
each
me
other
cry.
again. And I'll never forget, you know, again, everything about the film, but it's kind of most crazy to remember my first day in pre-production and going to the production office and feeling so nervous and you know, just not settled yet. And then on the first time I met everyone, you know, I like have such a burnt memory of that every time, and it's so funny to look back because we hadn't known each other yet. And it's incredible. It's incredible because, like, you know, the first time I met Amel and Kaya, and I came in like off a plane to audition with them, and I was like completely out of my mind, tired, didn't sleep, you know, in like 2 days, and like I came in and met them, and then the first time I met Will at the you know, pre-production day, first time
5
I met
minutes later, we were
Keelan.
wrestling.
Yeah, right, exactly. First time I ran up to Thomas, I stopped Thomas after 20 minutes of stopping him and talking to him. I realized that he was on his way to the bathroom. You know, little things like this that are literally just, it's such a trip, man. It literally makes me, it does, it makes, you know, makes you emotional because we have such a connection, and we're all just such a family.
Yeah.
Truthfully. You know?
Well, now, you're all still young, but we always like to ask everybody their Hail Mary moment, the moment where they just kind of had to go for it in their career, and it worked out for them. So what do you suppose that was for each of you?
I've never heard that phrase before.
Yeah, that's interesting. Just gotta go for it.
Just gotta go
In your
for it.
career?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I haven't even done it yet, I don't know.
I think probably dropping my pants down around my ankles next to a
That's
highway
a go for it. That's a go for it.
while wearing sort of like 5 pounds of prosthetic makeup. That was a sort of go get 'em buddy moment. Yeah. Made, you know, one of the times you're like, Mum and Dad are gonna be real proud, and that's why I'm doing this.
I can
Go
honestly
get 'em,
say I've
bud.
never heard that answer before.
It's
so
not in this movie, but I
got cut.
just, you know, you said Korea, so I guess it got cut. Not twice, please.
I was gonna spit it.
I don't. Is there any topping that?
No. Can we? Let's just let's
Yeah,
get to
thanks.
That's amazing.
The very last thing. So why is it that people should go see this? I know so many people are excited about it, but there's a lot of competition in film out there. So what is it about this one that's just so cool that people are just gonna love about it?
I just can't get the go get 'em, buddy.
I think we all feel very proud of this because it is unique, and I think it's been, you know, we're flattered by comparisons that have been made to other films that seem to be part of this kind of trend of books being adapted into films. But this is going to surprise people, and they should go see it because it's a truly unique experience, and they're going to feel part of it. You know, it's very immersive, and it's about togetherness and camaraderie, and very positive message as opposed to watching a bunch of kids kind of have to compete or you know, being forced into deathly circumstances.
Yeah,
I just got that out with that laugh.
I don't know how you got
And
through
I'm
that.
sorry.
made it.
I'm sorry. And I
This
shot
is-
myself in the foot.
That's a pro.
Well done, Will. Thanks for that, mate.
Well, you say that.
Well,
But
seriously though, this movie is so incredibly special to us. It is so special to us. It'll set it. It's
Alright,
something that'll set
I'm
itself
stopping.
apart because of just how truly good it is, and there are a lot of things about it that people will not expect. There's no romance, and there's just a lot of differences, you know, from these other films that you see right now.
All right, done.